And now, the Jieshuo, or what Austin refers to as the Joshua screen reader, aka commentary screen reader. And if you're me, the confused screen reader. This is a segment dedicated to some new feature of the great commentary screen reader. And now for this week's episode, here's your new feature of the commentary screen reader.
And now we have the next in our series on Jieshuo, and Karene revisits soundskeem creation.
Sound effects is one of the known Jieshuo features. It is possible to create sound schemes and customize them to your liking. And there are many things that you can link to sounds, like when certain events happen, or when you deal with specific elements, like when an element has actions, or when you perform certain commands or functions, like when you copy. If we compare sound schemes now to how they were maybe 2 years ago, we can notice that things are now different. The sound schemes now are richer. There are more things that you can assign sounds to. Also, it's now easier to create sound schemes. Additionally, there were the additional sound effects. Maybe they were added 1 or 2 months ago. People used to call them super sound effects. So let's visit sound scheme creation and also take a look at the super sound or the additional sound effects. I'll open Jieshuo settings.
Main menu. Jieshuo settings. Jieshuo Plus.
Then feedback settings.
TTS, general set, operation, feedback settings. Feedback settings.
The first option is
Feedbacks. Sound feedback checked.
here I can specify if I want sound feedback or not.
Sound scheme volume 30.
Here I can select the volume of the sound scheme.
Sound scheme sounds 1.
Here I can select the sound scheme that I want to use from the sound schemes that I have on the device.
Applications where additional sound effects are not used. Sound scheme settings sounds 1.
I skipped the previous item just because I want to talk about it later. Sound scheme settings, and it told me the sound scheme that I'm using. Here I can do modifications on the sound scheme that I'm using. If you are using the default sound scheme, of course, you can't do modifications.
Sound scheme manager.
Sound scheme manager is where I can do modifications on sound schemes that I have on my device, as well as where I can create a new sound scheme.
Download more sound themes.
So here I can download the sound schemes created by other people and shared to the Jieshuo server.
Download sound scheme manager. Sound scheme settings, sound scheme manager.
I'll open sound scheme manager.
Sound scheme manager. Sound scheme manager. New button.
The first option is new. It is the first item. Also, I can find it near the top of the screen, near the right edge. And then I have the list of sound schemes that I have on my device.
Karene 2.0. Sounds 2.
If I double tap on any of the sound schemes, I will be able to do modifications. If I long press, I will be able to rename, delete, send, or share the sound scheme with the Jieshuo server. I'll tap on New to create a new sound scheme.
Karene. New button. Enter name.
Sound schemes are, in fact, folders in the sound folder inside the Jieshuo main folder. So you can bring files, audio files. I tested MP3, WAV, and AudioG files. You can bring the audio files that you want and put inside a folder, and then put this folder inside the path that I specified before. And when you create a new sound scheme, just use the same folder name. So it will be the same folder that you had created, and it will contain all of the sounds that you have added. If you just create a folder and try to find the sound scheme in the sound scheme manager, you will not be able to find it unless it contains the file called config, config. And this config file is in fact a text file, but you shouldn't add an extension to it. But it is a text file and you can do modifications using a text editor. Having this config file means that Jieshuo will be able to find or to recognize the folders as sound schemes. So what I'm going to do now is to copy a folder that I have. It contains the NVDA screen reader sounds. I will copy it to the path to show you. So I
CX File
will
Explorer.
open CX. You can use other file managers as well,
Application icon.
or you can use the computer if you want to. And I will
Local tab. Local. Main storage.
go to main storage.
Recording with plug. NVDA 10 items.
This is the folder that I want. It is NVDA. It is called NVDA. It has 10 audio files.
Toggle selection. Once. More. Delete. Remove. Copy.
I'll copy and then go to the Jieshuo folder, which is in Chinese. So it is likely that your TTS engine will not pronounce it.
Playlists 1. Storage 1 item. Item audio. 20 voc 23 items.
It is also in the main storage. And I'll go to
Navigation 1. Navigation. Notes 7. Plugins. Resources. Sounds 9 items.
the folder called sounds. Now I will paste.
Cancel. Toggle select. Cancel. Paste. Copying. CX File Explorer.
Now I have a folder called NVDA. I'll go to Jieshuo again.
1 UI Home. CX. Jieshuo. Enter name.
And I will call the sound scheme NVDA.
O. Text box. N. V. D. D. A. OK button. NVDA.
Let's see. Here I have all of the things that I can assign sounds to.
Keyboard. Focusable element.
If the element can be focused,
/storage. /storage.
I just
/emulated.
double tap.
Navigate up. Browse mode.wav.
I have all of the sounds that are in the folder that I copied. Also, Jieshuo added the config file to the folder. So now if you go to your file manager, you will find the config file. Now if I swipe between the sounds, they will be played automatically. So I know exactly, this will help me to know exactly the sound that I want to choose. Also, if I explore by touch, I will be able to hear the sounds as well.
Screen curtain on. Focus mode.wav. Screen curtain off.wav.
Okay, so I will use this one. I'll double tap. It also played when I selected the sound.
NVDA. Focusable element. Screen curtain off.wav.
And as you could hear, also when I'm focusing the item that has sound, the sound that is assigned to this item will be played as well. Let's see other things.
Keyboard element.
This is for keyboard elements.
Not focusable element.
If an element can't be focused.
Click. Not clickable element.
If an element can be tapped or clicked.
Reaching last element. Scroll down. Scroll up. Long press. Click. Not focusable. Clock. Timer tick. Cancel.
The cancel is related to the lift to activate feature. So if you keep the finger on the element for a specific time, when you hear the sound assigned to the cancel, you will know that when you lift your finger, the item will not be activated.
Timer tick. Clock. Window change. Dialog box.
The window change when you change the window, like if you open your notification box, if you go to your home screen, if you open an app.
Screen locked. Screen unlocked. Edge gesture trigger. Edge gesture completion. Timer start. Timer end. Recognition started. Recognition stopped.
Recognition is related to speech recognition and for the voice assistant and text recognition.
Recognition successful. Recognition error. Recognition cancelled. Charging started. Charging stopped. Battery full. Battery low. Scrolled to top. Scrolled to bottom. Previous text. Next text.
This is related to text navigation, like when you are moving by characters.
Increase volume. Decrease volume. Copy. Paste. Go back.
Copy, paste, and go back are the Jieshuo related functions.
Actions available. Link.
When there are links,
Text box.
when there is a text box, or when the element is a text box,
Checkbox.
when the element is a checkbox,
Slider. Items from 30 to 44, 49.
slider,
Automatic translation.
automatic translation function,
Automatic OCR.
also a function.
Take a screenshot. Feedback paused.
Those are related to the suspension of browse by touch, speech and browse by touch.
Feedback resumed. Close button.
So as you are able to notice, there are many things that you can assign sounds to. However, you should pay attention to that. Sometimes you may have conflicts, like when an element has more than one thing that you can or that should play sounds. Yeah, there may be conflicts in certain situations, like when, like maybe a certain sound will not play. And
NVDA. Import button.
what I can do is using the import. So I'll double tap on import.
Scanning in progress 3 period.
This will let me add to the folder of the sound scheme.
/storage/ enter keyword text box. Search results 1809.
So I did a scan and showed me 1809 sounds or audio files on my phone. I can move between them. Swiping or using Explore by Touch will let the sounds play or the audio files play. Also, the names are the path and then the file name. I can search using
Import button. Search results 1000. Enter keyword text box.
I can search by typing a specific or some of the path or some of the file name. Let's try using the word beep.
B, E, 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 P, P
I'll see.
/storage/emulated//0/notifications/alarm_beep_01.OG unchecked.
So just touching or swiping to the sound is enough to play it. I can double tap any file to check it.
/storage/checked. Beep text box. /storage. Beep. Search results 1809.
It is showing me all of the audio files that I have, not only the search results that contain the matching words. So I'm showing you this because we have
/storage. Select. Import. Select all button.
select all. If I tap the select all, what will happen is that it will select all of the files, not only the matching words or the matching audio files. So you should pay attention to this. And it is recommended to check the files that you want manually, and then you tap
Import button.
import.
Imported 1 items.
Okay, it imported the file that I already selected, and it is now added to the folder. So I will,
Automatic translation. Check.
what I'm going to do is to show you the additional sound effects thing. It is not possible currently to deal with the additional sound effects using the Jieshuo soundskeem manager.
Increase volume.
First, to save, I just need to go back,
Done.
and it's saved. To select the sound scheme, I just go to sound scheme and select the one that I created.
Jieshuo Plus.
I'm going to the file manager again, and I'm reminding you again that it's not necessary to use CX File Explorer. Use the file manager that you want, or use the computer.
CX File Explorer. CX File Explorer. NVDA 12 items.
The NVDA folder that has now 12 items instead of 10, the config, and the audio file that I copied using the import.
Browse mode.wav alarm_beep_03.
I will create a new folder. So additional sound effects are in fact folders that you create in your sound scheme. One of them is for matching words, and the other is for automatic time announcement feature.
More options button.
I'll tap on more options.
New.
New
File. Folder.
folder.
Text box.
And I will call it effect.
E F F W E 5 R T T.
Like this, I didn't even put the E capitalized.
Cancel button. OK button. CX File Explorer.
Inside the effect folder,
Jieshuo. Effect 0 items.
I will add the audio files that I want to be played when matching texts are found. So this means that the sound that I will add here, its name will be considered the matching text. And the matching here is flexible, so whenever the thing or the name is found, it will trigger the sound playing. Also, you should know that it is case sensitive, so if it's in lowercase and the item contains the letter in uppercase, it will not play the sound. And also, it's not necessary to focus the item. In fact, it is just enough to be in an announcement, like a notification, for example, or a Jieshuo message, like browse by touch suspended, browse by touch resumed, for example. So I will
alarm underscore beep underscore 03 toggle selection.
This is the file that I copied here. I will rename it, or I will copy it first.
1. Move. Copy.
And put it in the effect folder.
Sounds. Effect 0 item.
So inside the effect folder,
Cancel. Empty folder. Paste. CX file explorer.
and then I will rename it to the word
Mains Jieshuo alarm underscore beep underscore 03.hog20 toggle selection. 1 selected.
resumed.
Delete more. Rename. Alarm underscore R E S U M E D D. Cancel button. OK button. CX file explorer.
Now I need just to select the sound scheme, the NVDA sound scheme, as the select or as my sound scheme of choice. You should pay attention to something, that if you are using the sound scheme, you should go to another sound scheme and then select it again, or relaunch Jieshuo by turning it off then on for those changes to take effect.
Main menu. Jieshuo setting. Jieshuo TTS set general settings. Feedback setting. Sound scheme sounds 1. Sound scheme. NVDA unchecked. Feedback settings. Application sound scheme settings NVDA sound scheme manager.
So many things, or most of the things are not assigned to sounds. I will now suspend browse by touch.
Browse by touch suspended.
And I will resume it.
Browse by touch resumed.
So it's not just played when the text is reached. It is played when the text is found in the focus or in the announcement. In the effect folder, you can create subfolders. Those subfolders should take the names of the apps that you want certain sound effects to be working in. So if I create a folder with the WhatsApp name and I add matching texts there using the same method that I told you before, using the sound names, those or when I'm in WhatsApp and those matching texts are found, they will be played. When I'm out of WhatsApp, they will not be played. Another thing that I forgot to mention while I was talking about modifying sound schemes and assigning sounds to actions and things is that you can use the default sound for a certain action by choosing default when you are selecting the sound. Also, you can choose none, which means that there will be no sound playing when this or the action that is done, or when you reach the element that has like links or whatever.
Download more sound themes. Sound scheme manager. Sounds. Applications where additional sound effects are not used. Additional sound effects will be temporarily disabled in the selected applications.
This will be unavailable if you are using a sound scheme that doesn't contain the effect folder. I'll double tap.
Applications where acapella TTS voice is unchecked.
I can check the apps that I want, and whenever I'm in the app, the effects will be blocked. Or the additional sound effects that are related to matching, the text matching, will be blocked. After I check the apps that I want,
Always OK button.
I tap on OK. Let's go back.
Feedback settings.
The last thing that I want to talk about is also in the additional sound effects, which is the clock. You create a folder called the clock, and and you put inside it a folder called hourly if you want the sounds to play, or for the sounds that you want to play when you reach the head of the hour. And there are the other folders that you can create, which are hour and minute. The hour contains the hours that you want to play sounds, or the sounds that you want to be played when you reach or when you are in a certain hour. And the minute is for the sounds that will be played with minutes. However, you should pay attention to something, which is that the automatic time reading interval is or can't be less than 5 minutes. Also, it can't be customized. So it is either 5, 10, 15, 30, or 1 hour. Regarding the naming structure, you have to use the 24-hour format. This means that if you want to put the 12 a.m., you have to put 0. If you want to have 5, you should name the sound 5. And if you want to have the 11 p.m., it will be 23. And the same is with minutes. They are from 0 to 59.
30. Soundskeem NVDA. Sounds. Default unchecked. Balakrishan and checked. Feedback set. Extension. Advanced settings. Timer settings. Timer set. Automatically read the time unchecked, controls whether the time checkbox. Wi-Fi 2, 10. 22:33.
It is 22:33. I think I set the interval to 5 minutes.
Time reading interval every 5 minutes.
Yeah, it is every 5 minutes. So I'll go now to the folder.
CX File Explorer.
Soundskeem.
CX File. Plugins 30. Sounds 10 items. Ray 0. Cortana Xbox. Balakrishan and Effect 2. Clock 2 items.
It doesn't contain the hourly. It has only the hours and minutes now.
Toggle hour 24 items.
Hour and
Minutes. Toggle selection.
minute. Here I have to add the hourly, hour, and minute folders. So now I'm waiting for it to be, or to become
22:35.
It is 22:35. So in order to achieve this, there should be a 22 sound, or sound called 22, inside the folder, the hour folder, and a 35 sound in the minute folder.
Toggle selection.
Let's see.
Hour 24. 3. 10.mp. 11. 20.mp3. 21. Toggles. 22.mp3.
Let's see in the minute.
Minutes. 35.mp3. 5.21 kilobytes.
35. 36.
The last thing that I want to mention here is that the clock sounds are not currently working with the time speaking Jieshuo functions. They are only working in the automatic time announcement. Also, they don't work with timers or stopwatch.
Enable timer.
I now enabled the stopwatch and I specified 1 minute intervals.
10,
1 minutes.
22:38. Toggle selection. 39. Toggle select 38.m.
38. 30.
So it didn't play the sound of the 38. I hope that this was useful. Thank you for listening.